What's going on, party people? Captain Zeus here, and I'm back with another review for you guys. And this one's over the recently released Star Wars series on Disney Plus, Skeleton Crew. Now, I will be going over the first 2 episodes here in this video, so if you haven't seen them, spoiler warning up ahead, because I will be going into some details about these 2 episodes. And if you like these reviews, let us know in the comments below your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe to show your support. Let's go ahead and get into this. Now, I will say, just right off the bat, this has been a pretty nice change of pace. Honestly, I wasn't having high hopes for this show. You know, I kind of figured this would be like Space Goonies. Essentially, that's kind of the vibes I was getting. It's what I've been hearing around town is, you know, it's just a Star Wars version of Goonies. And as that being something that has been done before in terms of the Goonies type of movie, I was skeptical as to whether this was going to be good or not. And to my surprise, I was actually happy with what I was watching. And I love that this show, just right off the bat, takes place during the New Republic era. Now, I find this important for 2 reasons. One, it just shows that the expanding time period between the original and the sequel trilogy, you know, that 60 years after the Return of the Jedi, is still being explored. I love that. That's what The Mandalorian started in. That's the foundation of this Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau built era that they've been doing with all of these shows, and I just love that. The second thing why I find that so important and find that a good thing is because it gives them a lot more creative freedom in terms of direction. Like, it's uncharted territory. There's nothing really there in canon that has been explored between episodes 6 and 7. So I love that they could just do whatever here. And to be fair, everything after the Return of the Jedi should be open territory in terms of what to and not to do, because in canon, there's nothing there. But I digress. I really enjoyed these characters that we've kind of been introduced to, these kids. Each one of the 4 have their own unique personality that sticks out to them, and you know, in some capacities a little cliche, a little on the nose, but also in other capacities where it's just like, you know, that's just lovable, that's just adorable, that's relatable. You know, like Neil's probably one of my favorite characters. That little elephant dude, he's just, I don't know what it is about him. I just want nothing but the best. I just want nothing but the best for that kid. He is so adorable. Fern definitely seems like she has some issues at home, or maybe some issues with responsibilities or expectations that's dragging her down and feeling restricted to the point where she wants to be free, in a similar sense as our main character. So I could see them getting close together throughout this series. KB, I don't know, is she like one of those cyborg people, those little analytical cyborg dudes? Is that what the whole thing with the side of the head is? I don't remember much about those kind of people, but she's cool. I dig her character 100%. And I just love this story that we have, that these kids just accidentally find a ship and they're just blasted off into space. It's nothing too complex. It's just a simple oopsie daisy, time to go back home adventure. And you know, it's really enjoyable. Like, this is something you can watch with the kids, watch with the fam, and just kind of enjoy the ride. One thing I kind of wish though is I wish this was a movie instead of a show, because I feel like, granted we're only 2 episodes in, I feel like this would be better off as a movie, in my opinion. Because there are some segments in the show, at least in the first episode, when it comes to like the school, you know, seeing what happens at home, that I feel just isn't necessary. It's a little dragged on. And you kind of notice that because in the first episode is like almost 50 minutes, and the second episode is like 10 minutes less. Maybe it's just them trying to fill in the backstory. But again, it's nothing like too crazy, because at the same time, it was still enjoyable. You know, you're still kind of learning why the characters are the way they are, albeit kind of obvious as is. Now, another thing, and this is really just for almost every Star Wars show on Disney Plus, the visuals off the freaking charts. I love the visuals. It's so good. And that's why I'm just like, dude, I've said this before in videos, this is where we should be focusing all of our creative efforts, is the Disney Plus or just the New Republic era in general. Just take your time with making good quality stories, and people will enjoy them. You will get more fans. And I'm just really enjoying this ride. There's nothing too crazy that really sticks out besides the fact that Jude Law's character's already popped up. Now, I will say that in the beginning of the show, in episode 1 where we see the pirate captain, I already knew that was Jude Law's character. It's so obvious, but it's cool that they gave him that reintroduction where he's, you know, held captive in episode 2. The big question is why he didn't break out before before, because he used the Force to grab the key and he's like, just take me with you. So it makes me question why he didn't leave before. Maybe he kind of like let go of his Jedi training and Jedi path when he was a pirate, and then while locked up, since he's there in solitude most of the time, he kind of got reconnected with the Force. I feel like it's probably the case, and I'm curious as to what Aden is. Is this basically like the Atlantis of the Star Wars universe, the mythical planet, the El Dorado of Star Wars universe, the planet of gold? Because they have one thing that stuck out was they have Old Republic credits. Does that mean it's Clone Wars era credits? Does that mean it's High Republic, or is it like older than that? Because I feel like it's Clone Wars era credits, only for the fact that we see the main character, I can't remember his name, we see him flipping through his little notepad, reading these stories of Jedi, but it looks like it's just Luke specifically. So I'm interested as to what their position is in the galaxy. Are they isolated from the rest of the galaxy? Are they not? It's just they're like super protected because of what exactly? You know, I have questions about this planet, and I'm sure we'll find out, because it's essentially the planet of gold. It's the El Dorado of Star Wars, it seems. But I'm really interested in this, honestly. I'm really glad that we got this show. A lot has not been known about it leading up to its first trailer, and I think that's how it should be with shows and movies, right? Like, you get an announcement of, hey, we're making this is what it's called, this is who's casted, but you don't know anything outside of that, right? Like, I'm so tired of constantly leaked trailers, leaked images, leaked set photos, leaked plots. I hate that. Like, sure, it's good for us to make videos on, it's good content, but it's just, as a fan, I hate it. It's terrible. It's ruining the experience, and this is one of those projects I'm glad that we didn't get any leakage on. Now, I'd probably rate the first episode, I probably rated a good like 7.5 out of 10, to be honest. It was pretty enjoyable, a little dragged on at some parts. The second episode, I'd probably rate it a solid, I'd also rate it a 7.5 out of 10, to be honest. Nothing too crazy. I do like the expansion of characters that we meet at the pirate spaceport. The prostitute lady, I'm assuming she's trying to help the kids out, but you know, since she works at a pirate spaceport, she's kind of skeptical of a lot of things, and it shows that there's just good and bad people everywhere in the Star Wars universe. Also, Steve Urkel's in the show. I know everyone forgets about that. Steve freaking Urkel's in this. Why would you not want to watch this show? And we have a wolf man as a pirate. This is cool as frick. Am I the only one just nerding out here? Am I the only one freaking out? Yeah? Okay. But anyways, what do you guys think? How are you guys feeling about this show? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. I'm Captain Zeus, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See you.